Well, it all started back in the 1970s, a long time ago, when there was a handful of states that were holding their primaries, which is kind of early in the calendar. Then by the 1980s, a bunch more states joined in. So now there are 15 states in one territory, the American Samoa Territory, all holding the date that they hold their primaries today. So they call it Super Tuesday because millions of people are going to the polls to cast their ballots for their Republican or their Democratic nominee.
Now, how likely is the Republican, the former President Donald Trump likely to clinch the Republican nomination today?
He's looking very strong, but he probably will not be able to mathematically clinch it today. He will not be able to clinch it today. However, he could possibly clinch it as early as March 12th, when there's a handful of other states that will also be holding their primaries. He's very close. He still has Nikki Haley in the picture, the former South Carolina governor and UN ambassador. She actually scored her first victory this past weekend in nearby District of Columbia in Washington, where you are. And it was a significant victory, I guess, for her, but everyone realizes that there's not that many Republican voters in an overwhelmingly, Democratic city like Washington, D.C. So it only amounted to a few delegates, if that, for Nikki Haley. However, she did score bigger than a lot of analysts had expected in her home state. February 24th, she got about 40% of the vote to Trump's 60%. A lot of analysts had thought she wouldn't even do that well.
Carol, let's move on to the president, because President Biden is running for re-election, and concerns have been raised about his age. How is his campaign handling that question?
He is 4 years older than Donald J. Trump. They are both elderly gentlemen, you can say, safely. But his campaign strategists are very eager, they say, to look forward to this campaign season, and they feel that they can really win on the issues. There's a lot of different issues that have come up this year, abortion being one of them, since the U.S. Supreme Court got rid of the legality of Roe v. Wade. It threw that out. So a lot of people, men and women in this country, were very upset about that. And so this election can be said that is driven by issues such as that. Also, with Biden and his backers, they feel that if people just focus more attention on what is actually being said by himself and by what Mr. Trump is saying, that they will come out ahead. That they feel that a lot of voters are feeling, Mr. Trump is just too far right and too aggressive for their palate.